So what we want to do is get a better panther for our middle. So instead of using the star and the logo design. So one of the things I did is I went to Google image search and I clicked on images, then on tools, right here. And then I went and looked for a transparent image. Now you could use a cartoony, well, one of these, but I prefer a cartoony image. So I went and found one that I can modify and make my own. Okay, so here's a good one. There's a lot of these that you could use, and you want to simplify them. And it's important that you really want to change it as much as you can so that it's not a copy. And we will look and practice on how to create our own very soon, but this is kind of like still part of the intro and practicing unit. So I found this one and I uploaded it. So I actually created a document 8.5 by 11. So under new, 8.5 by 11 under print. And then after that, I just simply placed this in here. Okay. So, so now we're ready to trace it. So let's do that together. So under Windows, you go to Image Trace, and you'll see there's a lot of settings, and you could technically bring up the Advanced, so you want less paths. So let's go with that. And we'll keep it black and white, and we're going to color it later. So I'm going to go and let's see what this looks like. Sometimes your trace won't be good. So it should be simpler, less anchors, which is going to be a good thing. All right, so now what we want to do is click on Expand. And when you click on Expand, what you're going to do is you're going to see the polygons. So if you have the selection tool, you won't see it. So click the direct selection tool, and here you go. You see some of the polygons. I keep saying polygons, but I mean anchor points. Okay? So what you can do is click and move them around, and it's going to start modifying the image and making it kind of your own. And you'll see that sometimes there's like layers that you could delete this over it and something else appears, because there's sometimes when you get stuff off the web like that, it makes it really complex. And it's kind of like not ideal because you're kind of like using art that already exists and you're trying to improve it. See these teeth that just showed up here? So delete that. And you just keep going. I'm going to play around with it, and in a few minutes you can come back and have a look. Still in the middle of my design here, but I thought I would remind you of something really useful, which is adding anchor points. So maybe you want to add stuff that's, give you a little more flexibility. Another thing that's extremely useful is the Bezier handles, so that we're going to work with, and make sure if you move it that you go Control Z. That's one thing I realized that I make an error. So double click, and you see this handle? So that'll kind of like, and sometimes because you got it off the web, there's like more than one path. So you gotta see, now you know you got the right one. So that keeps those smooth kind of looking things that you may want to consider. So the other thing too that's really useful is clicking and moving it up. So clicking, make sure sometimes you don't have the right one. Here's a Bezier handle. I'll just play around with it. Looks a little rough. I'm not sure. I'm going to keep that one. And you can also add other geometry in here, or other. So maybe you want to add. Maybe you want to create something new. So I'm on the wrong tool here. So maybe you want to create, and always close your circle. And I want to, for some reason, create this. You can add stuff too, so you don't have to just be modifying, and if I go here and here and here, maybe I think this looks good. It doesn't, but you get an idea. You can keep adding on to it, okay? So I'll keep going. Another thing you may want to do is remove some anchors. So go over here, instead of the plus anchor tool, remove. So you go like this and click. Removes anchor points, okay? And changes kind of the look of the design. So you're making it a little bit more your own. Nice angle here. Let's see what happens. All right. And there might still be some anchors that are there. So remove those, because whenever you trace, it kind of adds extra layers. You don't want all these invisible anchors to be there, because they will mess up your logo. So see, I got rid of them all. So there's like 2 layers for some reason, because of the way I trace it. Your trace may be a little bit different. So it's starting to look quite a bit different, and I could just keep going, but you get a sense. You want to take some artwork, but make it your own. I made the eyes look a lot more aggressive. I'll just show you quickly. So the original was here. So I got rid of a lot of this, and you see the smoother look. You can see here, just quickly, it's starting to be different. And I would just keep working on this and making it my own. So that's one way to work and create an interesting logo. If you have any questions, please let me know.